Lord took me a walk. Again, I'm always thinking about my life, my purpose, my being, my soul, and my spirit. And of course, I just not did a little video accepting a part of me that people said was bad, you know. And what is bad? What is good? We have been made to not love what is in the mirror. Because whoever taught us not to love what was in the mirror don't know anything about love, and they didn't love what was in the mirror. We sit around here as a chocolate people, and I don't know when we're going to wake up and when we're going to get it and understand the struggle is real. And we're causing the struggle for ourselves. Nobody's doing this to us. If you say what the Bible says, you're made in God's image, that's enough right there for you to look in the mirror and see you ain't God, you ain't acting like God. And if you go by this foolishness, but we was kidnapped and brought here, and it gave us an identity, then it means that we're living a lie. And if we're living a lie, again, when y'all praying, who is the God that's answering y'all? Because you're not being your true, authentic self that's connected to God, to it all. We got to understand what we do in ourselves. We don't love ourselves. And I speak for the collective, but I'm learning to love myself. I'm working on myself. And I'm sharing that with people. When we start to learn to love ourselves, then we will get rid of the trauma. We'll get rid of the projection that we're projecting onto our children. We fail to understand our children, us, or them, in another avatar. They're showing us ourselves. Because the only thing that happens when two people come together is two energies, two different vibrations, two different essence come together, two different frequencies come together, and this is how the third entity is created. Because the mom and the dad, the man and the woman got together and combined two frequencies. Now, depending on what's going on with your frequency, if you're living in truth, if you love yourself, if you love your life, or if you don't like yourself, you hate yourself, this is what you're going to create. And so when you create whatever you create, that child comes into our life 9 out of 10 times, we all operating in dysfunction. We're all operating in toxicity. We're all operating in low self-worth, low self-esteem, because nobody never taught us to love ourselves. So where would people have gotten it from? So our children show us ourselves, and unconsciously, because we've never learned to love ourselves, nobody taught us to love ourselves, we don't love our children like we said we love our children. Because if we loved our children, why will we keep putting them in a school system that does not teach them anything about the real world? The real world. Not this craziness that they're talking about in a public school nor a private school. In a college school, in a GED school, or whatever school. Life is the teacher of what we're going to learn in this world. And life is not doing no school books. Life is talking about just that, L-I-F-E. The life force energy that's in you and how you're using it in this life experience. The universe, I know y'all, we sitting in classrooms reading this stupid shit. It's picking up the mental energy that we are taking in from the information that they're giving us into the schoolhouse. Because that's what they want. Whoever created a public school had an intention and they had a purpose for creating it. And as we can see, the purpose for creating the public school, the private school, the college education does not coincide with life lessons. This is why a lot of people struggle. This is why a lot of people have hard times, hardship. Because of what we was taught doesn't coincide with what life wants us to learn on this life journey. This is how a lot of people wind up homeless. This is why a lot of people are in depression, because life is making them uncomfortable. But because they don't know how to learn life lessons, they're not taught to learn life lessons. This is how life weighs us down until we connect back to the inner man to get the life lesson. If we keep on fighting life, we will never win. It's obvious the masses of chocolate people don't love themselves because they want to do everything to change what is already there. Whether it be buying clothes to make it look good, whether it be doing surgeries, adding extensions, adding eyebrows, guilty, I put a pair on today. But when I get accustomed and used to looking at the new me, I'm not going to be worried about no eyelashes. So again, it's okay to have the alter ego here and again. But we live our lives in the alter ego, in facades, wearing masks more than being our authentic, original, no makeup, no extensions, no eyebrow self. Man, all of this running to the gym, and you gotta be looking a certain way, and you got a cold-hearted heart, you got a malice in your heart, you got jealous in your heart, you got lust in your heart, you got greed in your heart, but they're fixing on the exterior. These people who are advertising everything, who want power over everything, will always make y'all look outside and never ever connect to the inner man, which is what life is connected to. Life is connected to our mental energy, our collective mind, the frequency that flows from our heart. And if it doesn't line up with what life is, in harmony, equal give and take, life gives and life takes. We come in the world, we leave out the world. We have, we don't have. It's up, sometimes it's down. Sometimes we happy, sometimes we sad. Nobody is teaching us how to go with the flow of living a life using our five senses and keeping them in balance. The Bible clearly said that God wants us to do things in moderation, decent in order, but that's not being taught anywhere. The things that we truly need to learn is not being taught.
That's right.
Everything that somebody is teaching us has something to do with buy, sell, and trade. Nobody is teaching morals, values, and ethics. And loving thyself, knowing thyself, having a sense of self. So we're not looking in the mirror to see the self, the God, the divine, the sacred, the inner man. We're missing the whole purpose of this life that we have been gifted. We have a purpose for our lives. We have a calling on our lives. We have a destiny in our life. We're fated to do something here in this life. But nobody's teaching destiny. Nobody's teaching us how to get on our calling, our purpose, on our life path. Because everybody has one. They're teaching us things that's irrelevant. As a matter of fact, I'm always listening in the spirit to pull something out. They keep teaching our children to take turns in school. At the youngest age that they can give it to them. Take turns and share. Oh, is the world sharing? Is our leaders allowing everybody to have a turn? Is our leaders teaching take turns? That's not happening. It's not happening. Only one person is getting a turn. Only one kind is getting a turn. The rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer because they don't want to stop and look look at the man in the mirror. If everybody would stop and look at the man in the mirror, we can start seeing how we hurt our own selves because we are looking outside of ourselves. So again, they're never going to teach self. That's why they had to give us a story that we came from somewhere. But even if we came from somewhere, who are the people that try to help us find out where we come from? What did we have? What is our culture? What is our essence? What is our background? What is our foundation? Who is the person that's going to teach that? Why have they not been teaching that? They just want to keep reiterating that we've been kidnapped and we was brought here on a slave ship. You see? They want to keep reiterating. They want you to believe in your soul and your spirit because you're taking it in. But if you sit here and you think about the story, even, let's say for shits and giggles, this happened. We was kidnapped and brought here. For shits and giggles, because we wasn't. Why is not leaders, teachers, preachers, authority figures not teaching people how to find out where did they come from? Find their own people. See, we don't love who we are because we're not going to work to find out who we are because we have taken on what they say who we are. We are believing what they projected onto us because we, the people, don't want to do the work to seek ourselves because it's going to require for us to be independent and not codependent. See, codependent is easier. Independent takes the work. And nobody is teaching this because they're harvesting your energy. You can only do two things with power. Empower somebody else or overpower them. Ain't nothing else you can do with the power. So if you have power to help somebody, why wouldn't you help somebody? We get acute. I just get so triggered by the people that say power because I just not saw some foolish picture and everybody, I don't know if it's true or not, but that's how they do it. They advertise it like everybody doing it. With these gummy bears that Oprah Winfrey has made and it's going to make them lose so much weight. So you see the psychological foolery of the mind that they think you can just put something in your mouth and weight will come off you, but you're not thinking about how the weight got on you. But Oprah has more than enough. Nobody can see that. Oprah just doing Oprah. Oprah not trying to help nobody lose no weight. Why don't she just give the damn gummy bears away? She got more than enough. And if Oprah could go and find a gummy bear to make y'all lose weight, why can't other people go do it? You see, we keep being consumers and never a producer. This is why we're struggling. Because black people just keep consuming. $3 trillion chocolate people spent on other people's things. We have the money, but the mind is messed up. It's in bondage because it's not free. So if we can spend $3 trillion on other people's money, what is that thing that is blocking us to understand, take our $3 trillion and put our $3 trillion in us and only us, because nobody likes us, nobody supports us, nobody roots for us, you see? Nobody goes to bat for us. So the people who spending this part of the $3 trillion, what part of this stop spending your money? And then you all will see a change. You would have something safe if hard time comes your way. Again, it's because we don't love ourselves. We're looking for something outside of ourselves to love us. And the love comes within, and we got to get away from all of their advertisement, all of their narratives. That's the only way you're going to find yourself, is if you get away from everybody, everywhere, and everything. You're never going to find yourself. Listen to a narrator narrate what he wants you to hear. You have to listen to you and what the Spirit is leading you to go and do. There is a voice that you're going to hear say to do something. And just do it. We're doing what they say to do when we see all these advertisements. You see? And what they say to learn in the school and what they say to learn in the church. So why can't we stop listening to the church, listen to the school, listen to the government, and just listen to the inner man? What is so hard about that? Why can't we see that we keep on repeating the cycle of the oppression because we don't want to change? So we don't love ourselves, and we keep on putting facades on and masks on and alter egos. Do you not understand that that's what you're teaching your child? To put a mask on, to have an alter ego, to put on facades? We can't do no more than teach them what we're doing. Mm-hmm. So if we don't stop doing what we're doing, they will never be able to do anything different. We're teaching them that some piece of clothes with somebody's name on it makes them valuable.
She got this shit so
and we're not telling them that they're valuable because they're alive, because they got life force energy in them. That's why they're valuable. Because they have the frequency of God's love flowing from their heart. That's why they're valuable. We're not teaching that. We have the intelligence of God if we tap into it. We're not teaching it. We're teaching our children. If they got this gadget, that they're important. If they wear these type of clothes, they are important. See? If they live in this certain neighborhood, they are important. Which always keeps us divided because everybody cannot do everything that the next person is doing. So again, who is the person that teaches everybody to have the same amount so that we can have the balance in the world? So that nobody, it's a competition thing. Everything is competition. Who has the best? Who has the more? You know? Who looks the best? We can't never get nowhere with competition. Because we're not in competition with nobody. We're not producers. We are consumers. So we're being laughed at as a black people. We don't have no producers. We're just consumers, buying everybody else's stuff as if we're not capable of producing nothing ourselves, inventing nothing ourselves, creating nothing ourselves. Just like this foolishness with Jake, T.D. Jakes. Jake wants to help a white man. Yo, why is the... Not that Daphne got nothing. I'm just trying to show you all the logic in how Jake already have. But they know your trauma is trapping your mind about I got to listen to the white man. I must obey the white man. The white man is stuck in there. So Jake comes, just like they use Obama. The white man was behind it. So I'm going to put a black person in a picture, but all the while, the white man in the background. So what is this thing we can't do without a white man? Let the white people do what they're doing, and good luck to them. And why can't we do what we're doing? Why must we always interact with another kind? When are we going to turn on the light switch and say we got to do something for ourselves with nobody else? The Asian people ain't doing that with nobody else. The Chinese people ain't doing that with nobody else. The white folks ain't doing that with nobody else. But they're using the black folks to get where they're going. Everybody using the black folks to get where they're going. Step on them, take their money, never show them the way. So we need to learn how to be independent. And the only way we're going to learn that is if we look at what the hell we're doing to ourselves. Nobody is doing this to us because we lack self-identity is why this keeps happening. We don't want to look who we truly are. We accepting who they say we are. So they say we are these whores, these bitches, these drugheads, these jailbirds, these dope sellers, these gangbangers, these rappers. And that's who we are because we're not trying to prove to them, I'm not that. I am who I am and that's who I am. But you have to find who you are. They don't know who you are because they came got you from the story, for the shits and giggles, from somewhere else. So find out where is the somewhere else. And you got to go in there to find the somewhere else. The somewhere else is inside of you. It's nowhere else. It's within you. That you got a right to be anywhere, do anything just like everybody else. We don't have to be codependent. But we need to lean on each other because we know each other's story. And this lack mentality, this not knowing who we are, this low self-worth, trying to appease somebody outside of ourselves, whoever gave us this that we're not enough, because that's what it is. We have a big energy that we're not enough. We have trust issues. We don't know who to trust because we don't know who we are, why we're here, why they're doing it to us, and how to stop them. We just keep on groveling, wanting somebody to give us fair and just treatment when you're supposed to be fair and just to yourself. You're supposed to demand somebody to treat you the way that you're treating somebody else. And if they do not treat you the way that you're treating yourself, you're supposed to leave these people alone. I don't give a damn who it is, on your job, in your church, in the school, at home, in the grocery store, in the next town, in the next state. If people are not treating you the way you know you're supposed to be treated, see, we don't know our worth. We don't know our value. This is why we settle for less than we deserve. Because we're not getting to know the self, the inner man, our spirit and soul. We're not connecting our mind, heart, and spirit. We're not lined up. We are off balance spiritually. Our spiritual bank is empty. All we know is the physical, the tangible, the tangible. And this is how we are always a consumer and not a producer. So again, nobody's ever going to come save us. Until we realize we must save ourselves. And the moment you start working on yourself, one day at a time, your spirit is going to evolve. You're going to have the courage to do the thing. You're going to be lined up with where you're supposed to be, who you're supposed to be with, when you're supposed to be there, why you're supposed to be there. It's going to happen automatically because this is a spiritual experience in our conscious mind. And we must use the frequency of love to maneuver through this life. We're not using love. Chocolate people not using love. That's why we're not getting away. We're using lust. We're using greed. We're using anger. We're using bitterness, hate, jealousy, overindulging, fighting. That's why we're not getting away. Because we're not using love. Love is going to get us. Love lift us up where we belong. Where the eagles fly on a mountain high. We are not using love. That's why we're not lifted up. No white folks come together. No white folks stick together. Chinese stick together. Asians stick together. What do we do? We trying to do it by ourselves so we can brag and boast about we got something that somebody else ain't got. That's why we on the bottom of this totem pole. We running in the church talking about God. What God is that y'all doing this? What's going on? Who is this God that ain't teaching y'all to come together? Who is this God that don't teach y'all to love one another? Who is this God that don't tell y'all to help somebody? You see? That's the facade that y'all put on when y'all go in there. If I look like this and I sound like this and I got this, then I'm somebody. And all the while you're not nobody, because if your brothers and sisters suffering, you suffering. You see? And if they in bondage, you in bondage, because we are one chocolate people.
That's right.
We are one chocolate people. That's it and that's all, because there's only one God, one intelligence, and one love. But we all are having different experiences. And if our experiences are not bringing us together, if our experiences are not helping us evolve, if our experiences are not helping us elevate our conscious mind, what are we doing out here? What are we doing out here? Because we cannot keep running in the church for generation after generation after generation after generation, and nothing is not changing in our lives. Our children are disgusted. They're overwhelmed with the foolishness being taught in the school. And when they come into this real world, we don't even have answers for them. We cannot help them. We get disgusted and frustrated and aggravated because we allowed them to go into school that taught them nothing that the real world will teach them. And if we not listen to the real world and learning from the real world, how in the hell are we going to help them? So when they suffer, we suffer. So until we start looking at that man in the mirror and wanting to change the divine in ourselves, the God in ourselves, the sacred in ourselves, and learn to have morals, values, and ethics. Stop chasing the things of this damn world, because what is for you, it's going to come into your life. It's going to come into your life. You got a roof over your head, clothes on your back, shoes on your feet, and something to put in your mouth. Y'all worrying about the wrong thing. Buying, selling, and trading out there. Y'all worrying about the wrong thing, and y'all children and generations going to hell. Generation after generation after generation, because we continue to be consumers and never a producer. We'll continue to allow people to suck our creative skills out of us to invest in their creative skills. They're going to extinct. We're going to be extinct off of this damn planet because we're not putting nothing into the planet. They're putting something into the planet. We're not putting nothing. They're feeding off of us. So eventually they're going to feed off of us that they ain't got no more of us. Because if we always giving and we ain't never got, then how you going to get above? If you're not growing, how on the hell you going to live? You got to keep growing, and we're not growing. We keep staying stuck and stagnant, doing the same things over and over and over again. So again, the children are the future. The children are a replica of us. Whatever you do, with whoever you do it with, you recreate yourself with another person. Part of that child is you, and a part of the child is the other person. So when you look at the child, you're looking at yourself again, and you're looking at the person that you went and laid down with. And if you like yourself, then you're going to like your child. And if you want the best for yourself, you're going to want the best for your child. I don't know y'all like what you're doing out there. If y'all teaching your children to have morals, values, and ethics, and if y'all teaching them to reach for the stars, that the sky could be the limit to what they... The sky is the limit to what they can have. Are we teaching that the sky is the limit? No, we're not. We're teaching them to get the next gadget, get the next man brain, where the pants is hanging on, screw anybody to make you feel good, because I can't make you feel good. The parents can't make the children feel good, so that's why they let them go out there and do what they want to do, because they don't have answers. So again, if we don't start working on ourselves individually, and what we do, we're teaching it directly and indirectly to our children. So again, if we start working on ourselves, we're teaching our children to work on themselves. And if we allow everybody to be free to have the thoughts and the feelings and express them and to sit with them and understand them, then we start taking this bondage loose, these chains and these shackles that are put on us by projection from the world and the devilishness and the darkness and the evilness in this world. We're not acting like God. God is love. If we made in God's image, what the hell image is that? What image is this God we is made in? And if we was kidnapped, why are we not trying to find out where we came from? What is our cultural? Who were we serving? Were we serving anybody? Because let's just say we wasn't serving nobody. And we did fine. So why not stop serving this God they gave y'all, this white damn Jesus, and don't serve nothing? Or find out who it is you're supposed to be worshiping, who you're supposed to be drawing energy from, who your prayer's supposed to be going to, who you're supposed to connect with spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Y'all connected to the wrong energy that does not help you grow and evolve. That's why it's not working. Because you're not connecting with a spirit, an energy, a frequency that is equally yoked to who you truly are. You're connecting with something that's false. You're connecting with something that is a lie. You see, you're giving energy to something that does not line up with your mind, your heart, and your spirit. So again, just a messenger. I was thinking about it. We don't love ourselves. And that's why we keep on putting on all these masks and wearing these facades and trying to be something that we're not. And those people love that. They feed off of that. I hope they never find out who they are, because if we find out who we are, again, like Dad said today, we're not going to spend so much money on things out there, because we have found out who we are, and we love who we are, and we don't have to dress up who we know we are and who we love. We don't have to dress it up. We don't have to make it look good, because we love it how it exactly is. That's what they hate. If you ever get to that point, that you don't need nothing to say you important. You just important. You don't have to spend no money to be deemed as somebody important. You just important. You don't have to get dolled up to be important. You just important. They don't want you to just know you are important, because you have the life force energy running through your blood. That's what y'all gotta connect with. As long as that blood is warm, you're important. Not because you got on name brand, not because you have fixed, not because you got your eyelash on, not because you're out with your spouse and your boo and this one and that one, not because you took a trip, not because you paid X amount for a car and X amount for this and that. You're not important. You're important because of the life force energy that's running through you. That's what they don't want y'all to connect with. And that's for free. You don't have to pay for that. Every day you wake up, that is for free. You heard what I said? It's free. But y'all don't mind paying hundreds and thousands of dollars on stuff to make you look fake and phony. And you cannot connect to the true God in you. And the universe can't pick you up because you fake and you phony. That's not your authentic essence. So only person you're hurting is yourself being a follower and not the damn leader. Let me get on out of here because I don't want to go in no space and get myself triggered behind no spirit. Let it sizzle in your spirit. And you start loving on yourself. And don't care for what nobody say. I don't give a damn who buying what, how many they buying, how many they can buy. I don't need to buy nothing. I'm important. I'm loved. I'm lovable. I am enough. Yes, we all got a right to live our life and pursue happiness the way we choose to. But y'all think happiness is buying things outside of yourself, and happiness ain't being happy that you alive. Let that sizzle in your spirit. Get on out of here. I love y'all. Namaste.